Good people, what's going on with you? You know, it's Lactic Acid Podcast here, where the takes are fresh, the ideas are ripe, and that makes us the best in the bunch. I'm your host, Dominique Smith, and today, got a few things to get off my mind, get off my chest, and it stems from a track meet that I went to yesterday. It's nothing bad. I'm just recapping a great time. First and foremost, let me tell you something. It was hot up. It was hot out there. It was hot. Florida is not playing. It's still April. The only thing that's supposed to be hot are the track times, and trust me, they were. But this meet was legit. It was the Class 2A District 7 meet. Went out there to cover it. There's some incredible talent that ran, and I want to tell you about it. So gather around, it's story time. Went out expecting, actually, I didn't really know what to expect because there were so many talented kids there. So I guess I was expecting a good race and a bunch of good races. And that's what we got. So Montverde Academy, their girls and boys team, they took over. They took over, and I'm gonna get to them in a second. They won the district championship, and with the talent that they have on both teams, it would not surprise me if they won the 2A state championship. You know, just swept it for boys and girls. They are a powerhouse. They have talent from around the country, and they have come to Florida, and they have just been training and working hard, and they have some talent over there, y'all. Must-see TV kind of talent, two-piece and a biscuit kind of talent. They are legit. But there were a few other schools that really did well. I think Lake Highland did well, you know, when the team runnings. Atlantic, they did well. I got my little scores chart here. But pretty much just kind of going over everything, I want to highlight a few performances. So this is going to be on Fan Hub, obviously YouTube. Definitely stay tuned. It's exclusive. You know, you need to check it out. We're doing big things over at Fan Hub TF as well as Lactic Acid. Y'all do not want to miss this. Only place where you can get, it's a one-stop shop for track and field. That's the best way to put it. But a couple of the performances that I was very impressed on. Let's talk about the girls 100, the open 100 meters. And so Micah Holland, Montverde, 11:32, y'all. 11:32. Yes, it's not legal because the wind was 2.2. The wind was blowing, the wind was kicking, and it was not good. But she had a crazy race, 11:32 and 100. Now we're going to go to the girls 200, where she dropped a 23:66. Listen, I don't care if the wind is blowing or not. That is fast. Mia Dansby of Montverde, she dropped 24.5. Mariana Murillo of Horizon, sophomore, 25.03. So there were some legit times there. Obviously, you know, you're going to talk about Holland's time because it is amazing. And she is a junior, and she's a basketball player. Like, she hoops from Montverde and then comes over to the track, drops an insane time, and it was beyond impressive. One of the fun races that I got a chance to see, you know, the boys 300 meter hurdles, and it was a very competitive race, man. Emmanuel Preston out of Port Orange Atlantic, ended up winning it with a time of 40.15, but he was trailing like until the last maybe 70 meters and had a remarkable comeback down the home stretch. Walked down Cedric Johnson Jr., who is a junior at Lake Highland Prep. It was one of the most insane races I saw all day. And I think is worthy of a highlight. Those are two guys that I think are going to tear it up at the regional meet. And then sticking with the boys, my man, Zaire Narin. I'm telling y'all, he was U.S. number one. He still is U.S. number one in the open 400. He ran 45.78. He dropped some crazy times yesterday. Like I said, the wind was not cool. It was not cool. And I was hoping that some of these times were legal. 47.3, in the 400. Now you're comparing it to 45, 78, but you gotta understand something. They false started, or it took them 4 attempts to get that event off. Don't know what happened. Every time they were ready to run, they were standing up. Comes back, drops a 21:05 in the 400, and then earlier 10:24 in the 100. Dude is balling, and he's only a junior. Oh, and then in the 4x4, 44-2 split. What?
I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
It is insane. It is absolutely bonkers. Like, what? I'm just stunned at that. But a kid that actually competed well and gave him a run for his money, and I'm gonna mention him now. Let me pull it up on my results sheet. He's from Port Orange Atlantic as well. Aiden Dixon. That dude, he is a junior. He dropped 47.97. He was seeded second coming into the race, and he pushed Zaire. He really did. I was very impressed with him. His open 200-meter time wasn't too shabby at all. He ran 21.88, and I got to give a shout out to Solomon Mode of Lake Highland Prep. He's a football player. He's a really good football player. He dropped a 21.92 to get into the 4th spot, which qualifies him for the regional meet. And so those were some of the crazier performances that I saw. Maybe not, nation leading, but listen, they were still fast. And so it was a very, very exciting meet, just from the names that I dropped. And then there's plenty of people that I forgot. You look at the girls' 300-meter hurdles. You got Michelle Smith, who's dropping 43.95 as a sophomore from Mount Verd. And then her time, that's not even her PR, if I'm not mistaken. She was extremely fast. Go to the girls, 400, you got Javania, Valcourt dropping 57.04. Avia Williams, who's a sophomore, dropping 57.8. Lake Highland, they had a young girl who's in the 8th grade going sub-1, dropping 59. There's a lot of talent at this meet. There's a lot of future stars at this meet, and a lot of them are going to be some of the ones you see running on Saturdays, and then, we'll see where it takes off, from there. But I was very impressed. Definitely a big shout out to Mount Verd for winning the boys and the girls district championship. And so that is pretty much a small sum. This wasn't meant to be a long video, but speaking of videos, stay tuned. You're going to see a couple of the races that I got a chance to catch. As always, peace, love, chicken grease. We'll catch you next time here on Lactic Acid.